So we're just gonna do a recap of the Team Buckeye season one. Basically, us at Team Buckeye decided we wanted to first of all, mainly we wanted to do a rank, a player's rank. So we wanted to start a season so we could incorporate that. And so we decided there are not many events using the UDE formats. So we decided every season we'll run an event for the UDE format so people can like test in it, because eventually we'll have events and stuff, and people may want to see what's good and won't be able to test it. So we want to have a place for them to do that. I'm here with the two from the Quarantine Cup Team Buckeye players, Earl and Roland. If y'all want to introduce yourselves.
Hi, this is Earl. I'm a non-competitive player. Uh, I've been around the community for a while.
All right, what's up, my people? This is Roland from the Resource Row.
And if I haven't mentioned, I'm David. UD does at some events, and then mostly an online player as of now. So okay, we're just gonna recap our season. Try to get hype up going for season two of the Buckeye Leagues. I mean, the players are excited about. We want to try to get more people, make it a little more exciting. So we're gonna just kind of just recap what we did. So we did the UD feature format number 11, Deep Six. Anything? I mean, on the screen y'all could kind of see what's going on. You had to pick one of the teams, the six teams, and the card had to be from particular sets. So the big difference about this format compared to other one, that this was a pretty static format, as it will never change. 10 years from now, if you go back and play this format, if you use these rules, you'll be playing with the same exact cards. So any other thing anybody else want to put on top of that?
I was very frustrated building for this format to start off with. It it leaned towards, without some of the having to look up what set cards came out made it a little bit more difficult. But by the end of the format, I was enjoying it.
And to touch on that point that Earl just made, we'll go to the next slide. So we'll have a list of the cards that's either on a legal team or that in one of the sets that was legal but couldn't be played in the format. So you see, it's quite a few cards. Level 3 characters, loyalty plot twists, some unaffiliated mains, and cards that were just in the new set. So, are there any noticeable missing cards that y'all kind of missed out on that y'all wish was kind of in the format that probably should have been in the format?
Morbius.
Yeah, there were a lot of the new set not showing up, from, like I said, the Ancient One, Morbius, the Enchantress. I mean, the whole Master of Evil. There was just a lot of those cards missing. Couldn't be used because they were missing key pieces to them.
It was also the spell casting, for that being a new mechanic. It didn't get completely erased, but the Ancient One being yellow and Merlin being the red spellcaster, and those just not being legal, it kind of lost out on that aspect as well.
And some MCs like Kitty Lord, who couldn't use a space, like she's not going to level in this format.
What about Ant-Man not even being legal? I mean, he was in
Right?
a new set and on team, but because he was in the Master of the Evil box and not one of the other two ARC boxes, he was unlegal for this format.
Yeah.
But yeah, this is a list just so y'all could kind of look over. I mean, there have been a lot of forfeited games over people just either putting in cards, like throwing in the Charlie, throwing in the Grandmaster. It was so easy to put them in and realize that that wasn't part of it. I know I did it with Stick, Taskmaster. There's quite a few cards that you would think should be in the format that wasn't.
Yeah.
I did not miss JJ though.
Her main character would have been nice, though, a little change of pace.
True. She is fun to build.
Speaking of main characters in the format, so this is a quick overview of the draft. So the way the Buckeye League work, we basically have a draft. We did random select for season one, but going forward, it's gonna be the person with the lowest rank taking the first pick all the way up to the player with the highest rank at the time of the draft. So as you see, these lists are all the MCs, and I put the initials of the player who got what's MC. We'll be going to detail over that later on in this, but as you can take a quick overview, there anybody on this list that y'all see that probably should have got drafted that didn't?
Oh, Daredevil for sure.
Yeah, check that.
I'm gonna
Probably
say,
Dormammu.
yeah, Dormammu. I really like Dormammu in this format.
So yeah, I mean, but besides that, I mean, the big thing I noticed in this format a lot that there wasn't many evil main characters played
Mm-hmm.
in the community the community tournament that were ran by Robbie. There were no evil main characters, and in our format there was only two drafted evil main characters.
I think everybody likes the good hands.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, that was a good one. So moving on, we're going to the players. So I just put them in order by rank, starting from the top. So, like I said, and if you come back for season 2, you can kind of see where your draft pick is. As this will be the last pick of the first round. If Ralph come back, he'll have the last pick.
Yeah, and you mentioned the first round. It snakes back, so everyone will have two main characters. So you have an idea who your opponent's playing, but you don't know for sure. So you can't super tech for them.
So oddly enough, Ralph did have the last pick in this year's in the season 1 draft. He had the 9th pick and the 10th pick. I know that's a little cut off. My bad on that, but it does say 10. So you see, he took X-23 with his first pick, and then he followed up with Valkyrie. He won his 3 game with X-23 and lost with Valkyrie. I mean, you can see who he played against. He even played against you, Earl. What did you see when you played against him?
Lots of green. Got lots of green. I think I did 15 wounds to him.
Okay.
I will say that's pretty ballsy pick with Devil Slayer and Might Makes Right being such a huge thing in this format.
I would say this format seemed a little bit laid back. It wasn't as competitive as a Quarantine Cup, but I mean, still people were bringing their A game. And then his last week, I guess he wanted to give Valkyrie a try, but was unable to beat Jeremy's Luke Cage.
Luke Cage, he's great.
He probably ran into the same issue. Luke Cage probably had a bunch of green, and he, got all the. Well, he did. Everybody got back 2 foes in the last game. So, but he had the highest rank. We had 3 people that were 3-1. So realistically, we had like 3 season winners. And as you see, he also won the Seal League season 7. That's why his rank's so high. So you see his 7-2 since the rank came out. I mean, that's I think is by far the best.
Yeah.
Win-loss record.
Ralph's a great player for sure.
No. Yeah. Yeah. He's doing well in the rank.
Yeah, representing Team Apex. But next person we got is Joe Vitelli. So
Joe,
as you see, he ran late to the draft. So I think when he got in, it was on his pick. So he went with Blade. But as you see, he didn't even play a single game with Blade.
Huge shame.
Right.
Blade got one.
Well, I mean, there wasn't many evil characters, so I guess he would have work hard for his level.
That's a good point.
But then he ended up going with Warlock. So looking at his opponent, looked like you got him, Roland. How did that game go?
Oh boy, that game was kind of a race. I didn't even pack any characters past Punisher at 5, and it was all about playing Colossus and using X Factor to ready Devil Slayer to try to hit him as many times in the face as I could. And on turn 8, he dropped Gilgamesh, but I was able to get a huge team attack, and with the second Devil Slayer that I top decked, put that final wound on him. But man, if he had a Think Again or In Good Hands available, he would have had me for sure.
So yeah, I mean, still a good record. I didn't update the token count. So you see people with token count. We have a prize wall, so that's how we get awards for this event. I don't think I updated all the tokens on this PowerPoint, but if you want to see people token count, it is in the Discord. So But as you see, against Deadpool, Doctor Strange, and Black Panther, Adam Warlock were able to take them all down. So going to the next player, we have Vern Lee from Team Apex. Still above 500, still over the 1,000 mark, the starting point for new players. He took his Black Panther. I think most people got all their number one picks. I mean, I didn't
Mm.
hear nobody disappointed in the first round about who they ended up with.
Mm-hmm.
But here, we see Black Panther 2-1, and then he lost with Namor. But the first game looked like against Jeremy. Jeremy took Star Lord, what seemed like an interesting matchup, because see he had Luke Cage, who would have got around the bulletproof.
Right.
But
Definitely would like to hear more about that game.
right. And then like says Spider-Man, Warlock. I mean, yeah, I guess Warlock, staying down, he had time to get at Black Panther. So
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
And once Gilgamesh comes down,
yeah, I didn't get to stream many games this season. Hopefully, I could get more games shown so people could see some of the deck tech used. Oh, I already moved down. My bad. Okay. But yeah, and then he had Namor. He tried Namor. Namor would have been my number one pick if I was drafting. He was my top MC in this format. I like the ability to have Atlantis
mm-hmm.
and just throwing people there to do things that they can't really get to. But he only got one game in, and he lost. So moving right along. Here we are with Jeremy, and he had like we said, we had Luke Cage and Star Lord. He's another team Apex. So him and his opponent, the week 3 game, they end up they couldn't get the game in time, so the Steve ended up just giving him the win, just forfeiting to him. So like I said, it's still for the season record, he 3-1, but games that forfeit don't go towards the rank.
Yeah.
So his rank might have been a little bit higher, but I mean, still the 500 over 1,000. I mean, I think as of right now, anything over 1,000 is a good place to be.
I'll get there.
Well, we all on here, and none of us is up there, so but here we are. So Doctor Strange, Valkyrie, I mean, and of course the Star Lord lost to Black Panther, but it seems like everybody who played there, a lot of people play their second round MCs in week 1, which I was interested by. I mean, I do a lot of fantasy football drafting. Whoever you pick first, that usually your go-to guy. But a lot of people didn't look at it that way. You were one of them, Roland. So why do you choose to use your second round pick week 1?
If I recall correctly, that was Colossus, right?
Right.
And I had just taken my Deadpool deck against your Colossus deck and got my butt handed to me. So I was like, I really want to try Colossus and the Mutants on the Plane archetype and get that on the resource row because I thought it was a pretty good, really pretty good deck. Unfortunately, well, I guess we can get back to results when.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
but yeah, Captain Marvel was my first pick just because I really like that main character.
And you had the number 1 pick overall, so you could have got anybody you wanted.
Mm-hmm. And I was happy to get Carol for sure.
All right, well, moving right along, and here we at Jason, who was your nemesis, Roland. I mean, even
Yeah.
Earl got a shot at him too. So he got one of the evil characters was for the Deacon Frost.
That dude, man, he is. I need to look into him again.
He's pretty good. He really the stealing a character early on can really swing the game early. So it can be pretty devastating to lose your character and then have a 7/7 on
Right.
turn 1, turn 2.
Yeah, I thought I would be cute and just leave Colossus out there to try to get big and fight him, but then I realized pretty quickly, well, then all his main or supporting characters are just going to team up on Colossus. So then I tried to switch on turn 3 and play a character, and by that point, yeah, it was too late.
So like I said, you lost to him, but Earl were able to get the win. with his Dormammu matchup, and then he used Doctor Strange and went 1-1. So he evenly played both of him MCs and went 1-1 with each.
Yeah. Perfectly
So,
balanced, as all things should be.
but like I said, I guess he got lucky because he got to play you twice.
Yeah.
No shade at Earl for setting you up like that, but it happens.
it happens.
A miscommunication there.
That's the good thing about this league, though, since it's really not no top cuts or anything. The Swiss, the only rounds, it really don't make a difference who you playing against. So we run the schedule ourselves, so we don't use none of like challenger or anything. We just make the schedule up. So like I said, if you want to call somebody out and got enough tokens to do that, you could call somebody out and just be playing them that week. Or if you want to play them again, just keep spending your tokens.
Mm-hmm.
Moving right along, and here we are at Roland. So you're the only person to use the supplemental draft this season.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yep.
basically, during the season, at any point, you could drop one of your MCs and then just give a list of who you want. And basically, we do like another draft, and not an in-person draft. We just look at the list, but you're the only one there. So the MC you pick, you got. So give us a quick recap of your season here, Roland.
All right. So yeah, week 1, I got to play Jason, and of course his Deacon Frost ate my poor Colossus. And man, Jason loves -1/-1 counters, and that's really what put the nail in the coffin for Colossus. Week 2, I remember this game. So I did play Captain Marvel and proceeded to just smash Thanos' face in. But then you got the Infinity Gauntlet out, and I was like, oh no, it doesn't matter how high up on wounds I am, I could be out of this. But you proceeded to snap Iron Man out of the game, and then how many characters were on the board? I want to say
it was between 7 and 9.
Yeah, so like the fact that you got just Iron Man and then Thanos snapped himself out, that's pretty crazy odds right there. But yeah, so.
And then how your Ghost Rider game go? I see you.
That one was, so I really like Ghost Rider, but I only drew one fortress the entire game, and he was able to get Might Makes Right on his solo and just spit out a whole lot more characters than I could handle. And if you can't use Spirit of Vengeance to kind of crack back at the your opponent, Ghost Rider kind of goes down pretty hard.
And I think you're the only one in the Buckeye League that actually played in the community event.
Mm-hmm.
So that will get you your exit game on top of the Buckeye League games. So you're almost at 500. I mean, I guess it's a good place to be sitting at.
Yeah.
If you had to be somewhere. So you're going to be right in the middle when it comes draft time. You'll draft before the new people that jump in this season, but still towards the bottom. So moving right along, we had Jamar, another Team Apex. We had quite a few Team Apex. Shout out to them for, showing up. We did get a bill phase too, so I won't give them a shout. And me and Roland Patriots there. So, we appreciate, the going back and forth like that. But here we are at Jamar. He had a forfeit, Steve forfeit in week 3 and 4. I don't think he was able to schedule his games in time. So he ended up just giving the win to both of his opponents. But he went with Iron Fist, was one of the newer MCs in this format. His support character probably a lot better with the new Daredevil Mano, but here we are with the MC. So I mean, I guess this is about what you would think if he with the formats with him. I mean,
Yeah.
Doctor Strange, he'll punch him. X23, keep them greens.
Mm-hmm.
And then Deadpool, like I said, and that's the other MC that was drafted. The evil MC, so.
I think Deadpool is too fair.
Nobody never said that before. Okay, so again, right to Steven. So like I said, he only ended up playing 2 games. Because I said he ended up, like I said, can't schedule his last 2. But he ended up going 1-1 with the regular Spider-Man. Now the downside to both of his MCs is he couldn't play the level 3 version or the alternate level 2 with either one of them because they were in the legacy box were illegal for this format.
Yeah,
Yeah, and Spidey really needs that level 3.
I think Groot needs a little more.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, yeah. And I think we're coming up on our last player, which was from Team Buckeye, Rob.
Go, Rob!
So he will, if he come back, he will have the first picks in the draft for season 2. And sadly enough, his only win was against me. So wasn't trying to do him no favor, but like I said with Doctor Strange, I had Daredevil, so I felt a small disadvantage, but I felt I had it. I had the Scarlet Witch in my opening hand, but he leveled turn 1, so he did the might one on Doctor Strange, put 5+1s on him. Daredevil wasn't getting to him.
Those I wasn't sold on the spells when they were first spoiled. I thought they were kind of the one of kind of made him weak, but I'm pretty sold on him now. I played him in Dormammu and then seeing some Doctor Strange. I think there's good stuff there.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, Doctor Strange that first reveal, like you said, a lot of people were down on him. I mean, he was kind of like the Black Widow to set, huh?
Mm-hmm. I see you.
Everybody's hating on my Black Widow.
And then finally, like I said, so the way we do our season, we don't want nobody to have no bias. So whenever we have an odd number of players for a week, either me or Earl will jump in and get a game in. So we each got to play 2 games this season. We just
We
pick
take
on,
from leftover MCs.
yeah, as you see, he picked Cable or Hawkeye, but I don't think he felt either one of them were up to the task.
It's Dormammu all the way.
Yeah, like I said, we both did run evil MCs, so we both gave Thanos and Dormammu a chance, and I just had to give Daredevil a chance. He should have won, but and if you want to know who really the bottom of the ranking, it would be Earl. Well, I'm
Yeah.
sorry, our game decided, but finally going to that, and as you see the recap of the ranking, I'll let Earl go over this because he the man who managed this, and if you have any question you need to talk to about this.
All right. So the ranking system is just an ELO system where you get points or lose points based on the difference in points you have with your opponent and whether you win or lose. If you lose, you'll lose points. If you win, you win points. Any points you lose, your opponent gains, or vice versa. So you start off with 1,000 points, and it's really just a comparison, and it should average you out at a certain level, and that should tell you where you're competing at currently. I wanted a ranking system. We wanted a ranking system, and this, I mean, they use this in chess, so it seemed like something we could get going here. So we're giving it a go.
Yeah, I mean, I
I
think
will
that,
say-
oh, go ahead, Roland.
Oh, I was just gonna say it is nice that it doesn't punish you if your opponent doesn't want to participate in the ranking system. Like it doesn't throw the rank off or anything. And Ben and I kind of talked about that on the build phase. It's just a really cool way to, well, like you said, Earl, just kind of see where you are competitive wise. And the more events you participate in, the better you'll be off, I think.
Right, but you don't get like a bonus. There's no bonus for playing more games. You can't just grind games and get ahead, So you have to win to go up.
Right, so 9. Look like Vern played 11. That's the most. Look like anybody playing. He's at number 9 with 11 games. Roland got about 9 games. I think that's about the second most. Him and Ralph with 9 games.
So that includes the build phase season 8, which was a single elimination. So some people got more games out of that than others.
And then Seal was in there. So for the
Yep.
people who participated in season 7 of Seal, and then the community event was, like I said, a lot of people who not in the Buckeye. I think all the people that was in our league, all of them played in the build phase league. I think maybe less than half or half of them played in the sealed, and I think Roland was the only one who, like I said, who played in the community event.
Yeah.
So a lot of people, the other people you see on here, like James Monroe at the top, like say he won the Bill Face single elimination, so he didn't take no losses, so that of course moved him to the top. And then you see already at the bottom with Ben, super awesome games, giving a shot with Gamora at the community event, just can't pull out no wins.
Yep. And then there's me.
Yeah, right.
I'm keeping it. I'm keeping it low, so you guys don't think I'm fudging the rankings at all.
Wait, how'd he get 1,000 points? He didn't play no events.
So yeah, that's basically sum it up. We're gonna start season 2 around mid-July. I think July 21st is when we plan on having our draft. It's gonna be with the It's All Good format. Civil War cars. We looking for more people. We looking for the people to come back. Anything you're looking for in that format, Earl or Roland?
So far, I'm testing for this format. Has been really fun. I love the new cards. Some of them are super good, and I like what they're doing with them.
Oh yeah, I cannot wait to get our cards in.
I heard I heard you like that Spider-Man a little bit on Roland, just a little.
Oh yeah, for sure. Yeah, I'm gonna rock somebody's world with it. I'm not sure who yet.
Okay. I don't think they on the list, so we don't know where they fall at. So.
Right.
So like I said, we'll have more season. Hit us up, Facebook, Discord. Hopefully we get more of the Team Buckeye. I mean, probably about half of us been playing online because we got a lot of Team Buckeyes who don't even play online.
Mm-hmm.
So we're gonna either have to talk them into playing or get them in the ranking system. Oh, look like at the 40-minute mark. You can see I got the free edition of Zoom here.
All right.
Well, that's the signal to wrap this up. So, like I said, we're looking for people to come. The people who in it, thanks for being a part of this, and till next season. Any shout-outs for either one of y'all real quick before we get cut off?
No.
Go read the resource row, coming out every Thursday.
There you go. Y'all have a good night.